But seriously, go tell him.
Okay, so now the game is up. Oh, guess you don't have to download. Isn't that special? Okay, entirely new series here. Which is gonna be, and start off the supply block versus Chobos with attitude. I don't know why they have such an attitude problem, but maybe after CPL that coaches can help adjust that attitude problem and, you know, hopefully make them better people. We got AbstractDaddy, who is on supply block, and then we got HaN, who's in Chobos who have attitude problems. Of course, HaN is playing Foxoff is playing Zerg, AbstractDaddy, Tehran.
I feel like Red Zerg looks the best with the pre-release skin. I think it just looks so much better than the other races or the other colors. I mean,
He just says blasphemy. The best color is purple.
I think Purple Zerg overall looks better. I'm just saying when accompanied by this pre-release skin before you like get units and all that.
Oh god,
I like
I hate
purple.
pre-release skins. You know what? Actually, I'm surprised they haven't come out with more skins, but I don't know. That's
Yeah,
just
they're still
me.
fixing the game, so they got like 3
Well,
guys working on it.
they, you know, sometimes companies, they prioritize the wrong stuff. And you know, you're like,
What are you
oh,
talking about?
we can make some money by doing skins. But yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the volcano or the golden command center looks okay. The volcano looks eh. The nexus, I don't like it because you can't see when the nexus is blinking. So Fox actually scouted completely with all the way to Terran's main base. Overlord spotted Terran base, flew the Overlord back, and his scouting drone is going to go up there and see what's happening. Although, if you see a command center being put down, you usually have a pretty good indicator that,
No gas has been taken yet.
yeah, you can cross that off your list. But, sometimes it's not that clear cut, so I guess he'll just, oh, no, he sees a Marine, he's like, I don't care if I got gas or not.
Yeah, I mean, the very least when you see the command center that early, you know that it's not going to be like that super early vulture that you have to put the sunk down immediately for.
Yeah, you could still see a vulture, but it's not like,
It'll take longer to come out though.
yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now we see the gas. Interestingly, second barracks for gas, so he's gonna probably go, was he gonna go 3 barracks academy? We'll see. We will see.
There we go. Just a couple of lings trying to poke in. Not really doing too much. I think he mostly slapped that.
I totally disagree with this.
That's okay.
And being facetious aside, I actually do disagree with that a little bit because you have only a couple of Zerglings at their front. You need to keep those alive. So running in isn't always the best idea, but he's gonna try to do it. Oh
I think what
gosh.
he's trying to do is check on marine count numbers to see like
Yeah, he
what
wants to
the
see if there's
barracks count might be.
yeah, he wants to see if well what he's really looking for is to and see if there's
Medics.
barracks or if there is a vulture coming, because it's becoming very popular for Terrans to expand and then immediately get a factory. But that's not happening.
All right, stim now on the way.
The Zergling has speed, so it's gonna run away. When did he get speed? Huh. That's actually not bad timing for it, but let's see what we got here. Got Spires
It was
halfway
normal
done.
time. It was after he went for layer. Nice reaction
I'm
time
saying
for
it's
Foxon though. Not even
yeah,
losing that ling. It's gonna be
that,
actually pretty nice
yeah.
to be able to plant back at the double bridges once the danger
Yeah,
is
he's had
gone.
pretty good lane control so far, just keeping that lane out of danger.
Now,
This could be troublesome if
yeah,
because the Terran
you could
scans and sees
potentially.
only one.
Oh
The
man,
Zerglings are
immediately
coming.
goes in. This is a good amount of lings though, and they've got a really nice surround. That was some pretty exceptional micro out of Fox, immediately getting a full surround and blocking the medics off from doing any healing.
Yeah, he looks scary right now. I'm scared.
Yeah, that was definitely some TR16 enabled control right there, man. Oof. 2 fire bats, not gonna allow this bunker to get totally destroyed yet, but
Look how good his bling micro is, though.
yeah, it's actually just really incredible. Picking off these is
Oh,
going to be really helpful. Getting the first turret's
gets
going to make it so that these mutas are going to do a lot more damage as they come in here.
Alright, so the mutas are indeed out.
Here we go.
Also,
Only
the
5
mutas hit.
mutalisks with the initial pop. We
Yeah,
got 2 more on the way.
it's really good
So we're at
timing,
7
though.
currently.
Sorry.
There we go.
Yep, there we go. And boom goes the dynamite.
Alrighty. These mutalisks taking a lot of hits so far and getting pretty bruised up here. We're already down to 5 mutalisks in this bunch. Oh no, 4, my bad. So another one died on the way out. But 4 mutalisks left. Not very good. We only just now have lurker starting, so we're not going to have lurkers out on the map for a little while.
Yeah, but I don't. Here's the thing. I don't know if the Terran knows exactly. Oh, this is really old school style. I wonder when AbstractDaddy started playing.
Going for the double starport? Is that what you're commenting on?
It's going 2 racks tech. So you get 2 barracks, then you get your factory, then you get your starports. It's the way that Terrans used to play, like, in 2008-ish, and they stopped doing this because their barracks count was low, and they started dying to hatch muta. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the muta count is up to 8 right now, which is not it's not a great number of mutalisks.
It's kind of fine because AbstractDaddy doesn't really have enough. Can't actually push out onto the map because his marine count is too low. He doesn't.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Doesn't know how many
lings and all that there.
He doesn't know how many mutas he killed. There's no way he can know. I think he only has 1 SCV on his refinery, yes. Oh, now he's got...
Fox now is going to get lurkers in position as well on the top of the ramp here to be able to defend the 3rd base here. So just in a couple of seconds here, he'll be totally impervious to any kind of bio attack here. But with the 2 starports finishing up now and adding on 5 more barracks, looks like we're going to probably see a very strong SK Terran mid game coming out of AbstractDaddy in a minute here.
Yeah, and this is a true SK because there's no tank with it. The other day, somebody was like, this is SK Terran. I was like, no, it's not. There's no tanks. Or I mean, there was tanks. I was
There
like,
were
no,
tanks, yeah.
There were. I was like, that's not SK. It's get out of my house. I told them to get out of my life.
All right, and the 6 barracks even going down here. This is going to be an incredibly strong 2-base push. The thing about SK Terran is that even though once Defiler's out, it can be very difficult to play against. You can play SK Terran on 2 bases for so long, and then if you just catch enough mistakes with your irradiates, you can end up decimating a Zerg and attritioning them.
Well, with this, yeah, you kind of do that, but you also need to, the tricky part is keeping your vessels from getting plagued. That's one of the reasons that this style of play has fallen out of favor. Another reason is just that, having the factory getting the factory and getting mines is more important these days than having like 10 barracks or whatever.
Man, AbstractDaddy seriously going hard in the paint on the bio right now. We're up to 7 barracks now. So not looking to transition anytime soon here, I don't think. But we do have the Defiler Mound on the way. It's about 35-40% done here.
HaN's going for he's going for a counter. Or is he? No, he's not. He's just gonna go for a flank. Okay, everybody just calm down. Just relax.
There's a lot of bio here.
Yeah, we could
recognizing that a large portion of the army, yeah, I was gonna say, is out of position here. We're seeing a base trade situation.
I'm holding up a butterfly. Is this a base trade?
Alrighty, but the lurkers at the natural expansion of AbstractDaddy go down almost immediately here. But the lurkers, again, over at Foxhound's Natural, are doing a lot of work here, and the marine counts are now dwindling. Not going to be able to do too much versus the reinforcements of the Foxhound.
He got flanks.
Boom. Well, this is going to be a dead science vessel here, even.
Oh, boy. I think he should have microed harder. When in doubt, just micro harder. Actually, macro harder is what most people will tell you to do, because that's actually technically correct.
Well, I don't know though. I think in this situation, he was busy microing at home, so he didn't take that much damage from the lurker attack. But the attack at the front was really inefficient.
Oh, we're gonna see some Guardian Shans.
Here we go. Morphing over the natural expansion. This could be pretty devastating because there's only 2 fresh vessels on the field right now. So they're not going to be too many irradiates to be able to deal with this. Even morphing a couple of Devours here.
Oh, he'll be fine. Is he? Is it 1, 2, 3?
Yep.
Yeah, there's 3 Devours. It's interesting.
Yeah, I think it is kind of interesting when you consider that there's no mutas that accompany these Devours.
A lot of people will go Wraiths. So the Devours are good at just massacring them. Yes, massacring.
Speaking of Wraiths, they are being currently built here at the double starport, so they should be able to be coming out here en masse in a little bit. These vessels now starting to do the irradiates as well. Hopefully we can see a little bit of a pullback here of these 2 irradiated Guardians before they kill all their buddies.
Oh,
there we go.
Are the Devours?
Ooh, and all the Scourge fall. Oh man. 4 irradiates. I mean, this has been an okay amount of damage from these Guardians, but most importantly, I think they've just bought a lot of time for your Defiler tech to get on the field and continue to be able to defend this 4 base Zerg here.
Yeah, really the only thing he needed to do was get that 4th base, and he's got it, so...
Yeah, and
when I say
it was kind of a nice bonus.
When I say he, I mean HaN. don't want to use too many pronouns without saying who I'm speaking of.
Oh my gosh.
Were you the one who said that?
Yeah, it was so me. Because I was watching a cast and they were just like, they were talking about both players in the same sentence and just saying he over and over, and I was like getting really confused.
Well, as many casters would say, that's a lot of Marines. Because casters like to point out things that
are on the screen.
Yeah. So
ooh,
there are there's
let's see the
lurkers on the
swarms.
screen, and there's
Oh
also Marines
man!
on the screen.
Wow, and that a lot of
Excellent.
Marines instantly gets turned into a fucking puddle of blood. Holy shit!
Oh my god!
What a wonderful attack!
Thing. What a wonderful world!
These swarms continue to impress too.
Except,
not sure what these 4 lurkers are doing.
AbstractDaddy is on my team, so maybe not a good thing exactly.
He's on our team. I'm also on your team.
It's my team.
In the meantime, though, 5th base now going down for Foxon at the bottom of the map. This vessel count is starting to get into the very threatening numbers right now, but AbstractDaddy's on such a powerful economy right now, and getting his 5th base up is going to mean he's going to be able to produce pretty much anything he wants. Yeah, it's pretty decent against the SK Terran is Ultralisks and Defilers and Cracklings and all of those things in really high numbers.
Do you know what counters those things? SK Terran.
No, do they though? Does it though?
They counter, both things counter each other. It's pretty much like whoever has more.
Yeah, it's a micro fight.
In that
situation.
But having good spells is good in that situation because
oh no.
If you can irradiate, then you're gonna kick some ass. If the other side gets
this is looking like the
flags.
End of HaN right now at his natural expansion. Look at how many units are here, and there's literally nothing here. He's even irradiating the lurker eggs. AbstractDaddy.
A premature death. Is this a base trade?
Woo! Oh, Defiler comes out of nowhere, throws down the swarm. Nidus, good unit.
Nidus is not a unit.
How do you know?
Measurement. Oh no!
Okay, that's fair. The attack at the 3rd base, though, of AbstractDaddy looking to go pretty well. Looking to go almost completely unnoticed, as a matter of fact.
That's why I said, oh no! Because of that. AbstractDaddy stems, and he's going in.
These lurkers, though, in a pretty decent position and kind of covered with units, so it's going to be a little harder to focus them down. You don't have the Dark Swarm, though, for them, and now they're getting focused down by this really large amount of Marines that are left over.
You gotta use D-Matrix, if you know what I mean, man.
You've got to use D-Matrix.
D-Matrix, man. Now would be a good time to use D-Matrix. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it!
Oh man. This lurker getting assassinated by Lings.
No! Wait,
alright, and we're getting a bunch of Eraser Lings now.
Why? Save your vessels! No!
Yeah, that was kind of ill-advised. With the Hydralisk coming out.
Actually, AbstractDaddy. He lives up to the name. His thought process is very abstract. Now he's hurting his own people.
Raiding his own Marines, yeah! It's like this SCV comes, or the science vessel comes back from his mission. Hey, what's up, guys? All the Marines are just like looking at him slowly. Their skin starts to peel. Did you not?
Well, AbstractDaddy's mined out his main. His natural is about a quarter left. And so he does need to get that third base back. However, he's
Still
going to
do.
continue pressing the front of the Zerg base. Which is... It's not going to be as effective because the vessel count is dwindled and there are no medics in this force. And also because all the Marines are dead except for these 5. Continues to press his attack though. He continues on. He's still attacking.
Perseverance.
He has not
It's got the
pulled
heart of a
back the
champion.
vessel.
In the meantime, AbstractDaddy has repopulated his third base with the lurker still there. Lurker just finally getting cleaned up here, and it looks like AbstractDaddy has had enough. GG's. And we're going to game 2!
He said great game. That's what the first G stood for. So if there was... Wait, game 2's on Crossing Field? Okay. I can live with that.
Game 1's supposed to be in Crossing Field, and then...
No, that's this week.
Oh, right. I
did it! I did it, guys!
Alrighty, guys, so that's
right
Fox
about
on
something.
Up 1 game in the series so far.
Oh yeah. Let's
moving on to game 2.
Let's update the score. Properties. Let's get Fox on his 1. Okay. Let the games commence. Wouldn't it be weird if they changed races as well? Like we go into game 2 and AbstractDaddy is Zerg. Fox HaN is Protoss. It's just like, what? Then game 2 is on a map that's not even in the map pool. It's like Adrenaline Rush. Like, that's not even a ladder map that people... That was 1 season of Icy Cup. How do they even know about this map?
Game 2, they went straight up to, like, StarCraft 2.
Yeah, they sent me a StarCraft 2 replay. I'm like, I don't know how to play this game, but I'm guessing...
It's not working.
The Bangladesh has 0 health. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't. They're invincible, Bengalas.
Oh, are they?
I guess.
I think
they probably have, like, assigned -1 health or something.
Bangladesh says... Fox HaN's going over pool to start the game. And gas. Is that over pool? No. It's a 9 pool. Let's go 9 pool gas. The abstract father himself is just going 8 depot 10 racks. Like a real person should. Like a real man.
A real boy.
So...
Alrighty, so... Should see an SCV pool here in a little bit. I don't even... How do you feel about this on this map, though? I think the idea was to catch a greed, right? But I kind of don't like it, because basically this doesn't delay anything like it would like on a more traditionally designed map where you would force them to build a command center on the high ground, and then we have to lift it and not get it out. So like you don't really get any damage other than this 4 SCV pull on this because you can just expand to the back natural.
I think 9 pulls a little bit misunderstood sometimes because it's very easy to deny scouting when you have speedlings. And so there are a lot of things that you can do behind the 9 pool that you can hide. You don't necessarily need to be hyper aggressive with it, although it does help to do damage with the zerglings. See, in this case, oh, and they got up the ramp, but
yeah, it didn't do enough damage. Didn't get a marine. Oh no, it did get a marine. Oh no, it didn't. I lied. But it did get 2 SCVs, so not terrible. But you know, the expansion is going down to the back natural now.
But yeah, denying scouting is good.
Doing the speed.
Yeah, that's my qualm with. Yes, how I felt about this. How do I feel? Let me tell you how I feel about this. If you're Zerg and you go 9 pool, normally the Terran has to wait till they build up marine numbers before they can move down the ramp. But in this case, just plop it down in the back.
That's what I said.
Well, you are correct, sir.
Alrighty, so what do you think that AbstractDaddy's plan is going to be here now? You think he's going to go for like a 3 barracks, 2 barracks push? Oh, the same 2 barracks tech?
Yeah, it looks like it's the same thing. I would think if he used that build, that's because he's playing the way he knows how to play. And if it's the way you know how to play, then that's actually the best way to play. Is to do something you're comfortable with and familiar with and have practiced, as opposed to something you're not as familiar with. Now eventually, you have to branch out and try new strategies so that you're not a one-trick pony, but at the same time, you're always going to have one thing that you're really good at. And so I think his thing is doing this build.
You know, I'm not a super huge fan of the build order that Foxhound has chosen to go for now. We were looking at a 2-hatch lurker, and then he takes his 3rd base here at the back natural just now. But I feel like really, I think that 2-hatch meta would have done a lot better because the 2-hatch lurker, unlike on normal maps, again, you don't really have an opportunity to put lurkers anywhere where they'd hit anything because you have to go up this ramp to do anything. So, like if this was on Fighting Spirit or Circuit Breaker or Gladiator, any of the other maps where you would have like a wall up front of the Terran's base and you could get lurkers out there before tanks were out, you'd be able to do decent damage poking at the wall and potentially rallying lings behind it to run in once the wall is broken down. But in this instance, you've got a very small ramp, and then the Marines can sit on top of it and potentially dodge shots as you try to move your lurkers up into that base.
Well, the thing about going 9 pool is that in many instances you'll end up putting yourself behind by going 9 pool. I did say it was easy to deny scouting because you have the speedlings, obviously, but economically your attack is going to be delayed, and so...
Do you think this is just a defensive 2-hatch lurker and taking the 3rd to try to get into a more regular game?
I feel like it could be, actually.
Yeah, I mean, he isn't moving these lurkers out on the map, and he does know that the Marines are on the map right now, so maybe this isn't the worst idea. I mean, as you can see, the lurkers are just finishing up as the push arrives at the base here. But here we go, an aggressive move forward.
Okay, so maybe it was the turn rate? I'm gonna blame the turn rate. Because I refuse to believe AbstractDaddy. Yeah, there we go, that's a good reaction there. but boy, is it a bad idea to try to push up the high ground. Oh god.
I'm actually surprised AbstractDaddy didn't just focus down like 2 of the lurkers right there.
It's kind of a tough thing to do, but
Oh man, 1 lurker had 7 HP at the end of that engagement. Alrighty, well,
So,
HaN has definitely
guess-
bought himself a decent position in this game with this lurker play here. I mean, he is on these 3 bases. He's got his queen's nest up, should be going hive. Or he's got his queen nest 50% of the way up here. Should be going hive at a good time and get those defilers out around the 10-minute mark, a little bit, like 10:30.
maybe he's
so, I
going
mean,
in snare. Wouldn't that be crazy?
I like ensnare, okay. I get it, it's a hipster strat. I got it. It's still fun.
What if they go in snare?
Alrighty, well, we got the first tank out for AbstractDaddy now. So if he ever does decide to push down this map and find these lurkers here, he should be able to push them off pretty easily.
I guess it's not gonna be an SK because he hasn't lifted the factory this game.
Yeah, he's got a tank and he's only got
It's a
the...
lurker trap.
Oh man,
Fire
the whole
bat.
position.
Sent out the fire bat to scout it, and then he was like, "Oh, it's safe."
Oh man.
And then it wasn't.
And instantly... Oh! That's gotta be so painful for AbstractDaddy. He feels so bad for him. And the lurkers are gonna get on top. Oh, well, no. Not quite. So this is... Yeah.
I don't feel bad.
Yeah, that wasn't terrible. Because you cleaned up all 3 of those lurkers there at the end.
I think, yeah, if you're playing, once you play against lurkers, you gotta have your science hustle. Otherwise, that happens.
On with some seriously ballsy lurker move outs, though. Oh, he has a lurker up the hill, so when they retreat, they get hit by the lurker! I thought that was a mistake! That was pretty dope.
It could have been a mistake.
That was pretty cool.
Sometimes you mess up, and then it makes you win the game.
Well, we do have a Greater Spire now, morphing for Foxon, so it looks like he might want to go into some Guardians again this game. And with only a single starport here, and actually it's producing a dropship, so we're not going to really have the vessel counts that we had in the original game to be able to counteract that and stall for wraiths. This might actually work out pretty well for him.
Alright.
Oh man.
Going for an attack.
Fox.
Oh my god.
Fox is so aggressive with the lurkers, and it's working out so well for him.
I did not expect that to be as, well, there's no bunker, but that was, still, that was, I was like, you probably should wait for Defiler. Probably shouldn't be doing this.
That was
right
pretty
now.
wildly successful, considering it was like, what, like 4 lings with that?
Guys, probably shouldn't be doing this. It's illegal.
Alright. Well, AbstractDaddy now loaded up. Gonna be going and looking for that drop here. A nice little lurker line up on the high ground here. And we do have lings spreading out immediately. And even some Scourge on the map now. So it looks like having seen that dropship, Foxon is really preparing to make sure he knows where that dropship is heading. Matter of fact, it's heading immediately for that southernmost lane here. Gonna see that instantly as it moves out. And Foxon should be relocating his other Scourge. Yeah, he has a couple of pairs of Scourge on the map though. Should be able to take this out still. Oh, there's a whole bunch of Scourge now. But they are heading in totally the wrong direction here.
There's a few mutalisks that are coming out to,
Oh, well, we do have a lurker and a sunk back here.
turn into a guardian. Yeah, he's got, like I said, he's preparing. Oh, that wasn't...
Ooh!
Wait.
That was a decent shot.
Wait a
There we
minute.
go.
Okay, no, he only has one spire. It's a greater spire, too. Once the Zerg techs up to tier 4, he can go ahead and get his greatest spire.
What do the Guardians turn into after that?
Guardians turn into gargantulisks.
Gargantulas. Nice.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, AbstractDaddy's main army now moving out onto the map. Looks like he's going to go ahead and try to pressure up this fourth. Do we have defilers on the map yet? I don't see any. I mean, the tech is out, but it just doesn't look like he's got any actually morphed yet.
Oh, there's one in the egg. It hasn't been born yet. Think about that.
It's going to be a very important boy with a very special destiny. But actually, though, I like this idea that Foxland has of morphing some Guardians back here so that the tanks can immediately siege this up and start doing a bunch of damage. His Guardians at the natural expansion of AbstractDaddy have done a ton so far, forcing the liftoff and a retreat into the main base. There really are not enough Marines or really anything here that could potentially threaten these Guardians right now, although rates are about to pop out. But this is a lot of damage that's getting done. All these Marines are just getting kind of picked off for free, and after that, these Kraken should be able to just run into main base and wreck face.
Meanwhile, at the top of the map, HaN is going to do a hold. Yes, indeed.
Not bad.
We have the legendary Guardian Dark Swarm combo that protects your enemy's units.
I was just thinking that. I was like, wait, what?